because people are so anxious to find out what the results are. The finish is almost in sight following the 2016 local government elections, but the winners of a few key cities coveted by the big parties are yet to be declared.
The IEC says only 38 of the 257 councils being contested are yet to be finalised. It expects to release the results of those tonight. These include metro municipalities like Tshwane, Ekhuruleni, Buffalo City and Cape Town. The ANC has highlighted that it received more votes in this election compared to 2011. But in terms of percentages, its support has dropped by around 8%, from close to 62% in 2011 to around 54%, according to the last count.
The DA has made inroads in big cities like Nelson Mandela Bay in the Eastern Cape, where it emerged as the biggest party. The ANC and DA have run tight races in Johannesburg and Tshwane, which were previously ANC municipalities. Opposition leader Musi Maimane says that the DA's projections show that it will be the biggest party in the capital city of Tshwane.
So right now, interestingly enough, the ANC is actually leading in Tshwane. So Musi Maimane is either going to be vindicated or very embarrassed when the results are released. Let's find out more. We cross to Mzwai Medje at the IEC Centre in Pretoria. Mzwai.
Slowly but surely the results are coming in. It's going to be very interesting, that result, particularly of Tshwane that we spoke about earlier. As you know, the IEC did update us saying about 38 councils remaining, but I can tell you there has been a development since that announcement about an hour ago or an hour or two ago. Right now I'm with the Secretary General of the ANC to give us an update on one of the metros that have been concluded. SG, we understand that Durban has just declared.
Thank you very much. It's 100% or 55% majority outright control of Ekhuruleni. We're still looking into all the other metros. We're still hopeful. We're talking to as many people as we can about any possibilities, because at this point in time we're almost at the tail end of counting. We are sizing up parties about working together in certain metros, and we think that we are going to succeed.
Earlier, the leader of the opposition, together with the mayoral candidate, Solim Simang, so they addressed the press conference saying their projections were that they are taking Tshwane. So do you agree with those, or you have your own?
You know, when you make projections, when the counting is at the tail end and you are tailing, because we're ahead of them in terms of where we are now, in terms of counting the results in Tshwane. And Soshanguve is being counted, and Mamelodi is being counted, and we're hoping that from those votes we are going to do better than they will. And therefore we don't want to make any projections, but we are quite competitive. One of the things that is important about these elections is that, yes, we're battling in the major urban centers, but we have received just over 3 million more voters supporting the ANC. That in itself is progress, but we'll have to go back and analyze why is there so much energy in attacking urban centers, and we're consolidating the other areas in the country. All the rural provinces we have done well. The number of wars that we have won have increased in the country. We're doing relatively well. Buffalo City we have taken. So it's not doom and gloom as many people want us to believe. We're doing very well, but they want us to focus on the areas where it is tight, where the competition is tight. But we're quite comfortable with the results.
I think those places, perhaps people they focus on because they are regarded as centers, really the economic centers of the country. So are you hopeful that you'll urge in Johannesburg and Ekhuruleni?
Ekhuruleni, I think we're going to edge. The last time we counted, we're left with a fraction of a percentage to go over 50%. Tshwane is tight, Johannesburg is tight, but we're hoping that we'll be the biggest party in both those municipalities, and in that way form a government there. So but we must not be defocused from others. You know, for example, many people pay a lot of attention on the Nelson Mandela Bay. I don't know if you have ever seen the economic analysis that Buffalo City has generated more millionaires than the Nelson Mandela Bay. So the focus is on Nelson Mandela for different reasons, particularly strategic reasons and where it is positioned. But in terms of being strategic, Buffalo City is not less strategic. Ekhuruleni cannot be regarded as less strategic.
Have you formally approached anyone, given that the issue of coalition is a reality?
We're talking to many parties, sizing up. I call it sizing up because you'll have to talk to them and say, what if results have not been announced? We're sizing people up. We're talking to everybody. Even people who said they will never have coalition with that, we still talk to them.
Are you going to go back? Yes, you say you've done well by increasing the number, but the fact of the matter is, in terms of percentage, you've gone down.
Yes.
So are you going to go back and really look at what went wrong?
That is what we do all the time after elections. Where are the gaps? Where did we do bad? If you go to a matter, we'll not just say Tshwane. We'll say where the decline was. If the decline is in Mamelodi, what are the organizational issues? What are the political issues? What are the factors that may lead to a decline in Mamelodi? I'm just giving that as an example. We'll do that in all the metros and then come back with a response. You remember that in our National General Council, one of the things that we highlighted was the fact that if we are not moving swiftly, our base is under siege in major urban centers, and we must move with the necessary speed. And I think this election come very soon after the NGC, because social problems are not natural problems, because in natural problems, you mix syrup and water, you produce cool drink. In social problems, you have to work very hard, consistently over a period of time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
That is the SG of the ANC there, giving us his take on what is happening already. The Durban Metro, they're very excited earlier. The desk of the ANC right behind me, they're very excited to say, well, at least they have one metro that is in the bag declared. So that is somehow giving them hope. And then they are saying in Tshwane they are leading and they are hoping to hold on to that lead. And then if they are able to hold on to that lead, we'll go back to Musi.